is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes,
I don't like that.
You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, June 25th. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon, and I am Sam. Let's get started. Well, it was a very big star-studded event. Big names in Hollywood performed a dramatic reading of the Mueller report. John Lithgow portrayed President Trump in a live reading of portions of the 448-page report called The Investigation, A Search for Truth in 10 Acts. Kevin Kline, Jason Alexander, Alyssa Milano were also in it. Annette Bening narrated, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Sigourney Weaver made recorded appearances. Here are some highlights for you.
I never said to fire Mueller. I never said fire. This story doesn't look good. You need to correct this. You're the White House counsel.
McGahn acknowledged that he had not told the president directly that he planned to resign, but said that the story was otherwise accurate.
Did I say the word fire?
What you said is, call Rod Rosenstein, tell Rod that Mueller has conflicts and can't be the special counsel.
I never said that.
The show was live streamed from a theater in New York and was trending on Twitter last night. But many are asking, will the A-list celebs really bring renewed attention to the subject? You're shaking your head. You believe so?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, let's be honest. So, what, 4% of Americans have apparently read the Mueller report. Would I read it? No. Would someone like Tori? Absolutely. But it's so intense and so complicated and so much going on. This, to me, makes it easily digestible. I can understand it. And by seeing famous people, I can relate to it so much more.
See, I totally disagree. I think it was a huge fail. Someone once said that the Mueller report was bringing a book to a Twitter fight. We're in a Twitter world, and 10 acts is too long for any human being to sit through. Plus, these are already very liberal, very polarizing celebrities, right? So you're only preaching to the choir. So I think you've got to do what really Bill Barr did best. He made a 4-page summary because Americans can't read 448 pages.
It just became, it came
It's
off
too much.
It came off weird.
Yeah.
Like, and believe me, I want the American people, including
Right, but this
myself,
is
to
weird.
digest the Mueller report
Right.
and know everything about it so we can hold our government accountable, but it came off odd.
And I think it opens up a Pandora's box. I mean, let's think of retaliation, because let's say John Lithgow or one of the actors who read this, let's say you're going through some sort of divorce or you're going through some sort of court proceeding or whatever. Now you have the other side ready to read out what was said in court, or the court transactions or divorce proceedings. So where are we going to draw that line, and where we make entertainment and like actual news, like that sort of thing? Where are we going to draw that line?
It's there for people to read. They're trying to make it easily understandable.
I like the goal.
Optimism.
I like the goal.
Yeah.
But
I think it could have done it
I think it
better.
fell flat.
I think it fell way. I think it fell 10
and I was
acts
rooting
flat.
for it.
Me too. I think it was just way too long.
Got it.
I thought, Tori, you'd make that into a date night or something.
No, even and that's what I'm saying. If I'm not interested,
Right.
Yeah.
something's really wrong.
Well, chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. Let us know if you watched it and what you thought about it. New footage has been released in the Jussie Smollett saga, and we want to warn you, it may be disturbing to some. What you're seeing is Bodycam video put out by Chicago police. It shows the moments after cops arrived at Jussie's apartment following the alleged assault in January. You can see the Empire actor still has the noose around his neck. Listen to his exchange with police.
Do you want to take it off or anything? Yeah, I do. I just wanted y'all to see.
72, Robert. Show us transporter, one female official.
There's bleach on me. They put bleach on me.
Okay.
Okay.
1870.
They're filming you. Like audio. I guess when they didn't know they were walking into.
I don't want to be filmed.
Okay, so can we turn it off?
Jussie said he was the victim of a hate crime, but police say he orchestrated the whole thing. A grand jury eventually indicted him on 16 counts, but the prosecutor, Kim Fox, later dropped all the charges, prompting a lot of backlash and outrage. However, Jussie is not out of the woods just yet. A special prosecutor is now handling the case, which means Jussie could still face charges.
You know, Sam, watching that video makes me just as upset as I was when we originally heard what had happened or what allegedly happened. Because as an ally to the LGBT community, as a brother to an LGBT woman, I've learned what they go through, and I've been able to show signs of empathy for what they go through on a daily basis. So when you see that video, it's almost like a slap in our face, because I was calling for the Malcolm X approach to this. Right. Remember? Like, I was calling for people's heads. You are upset, and now seeing this video of this hoax and how it went down, it's a slap in our face.
Alleged again.
Alleged hoax. But if we were to really find out, we're never really going to know what was in Jussie Smollett's heart. We were never there at the scene, but according to what the prosecutor and the documents and all that point to is that this was allegedly a hoax.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like a slap in the face, and then it definitely discredits and dilutes all the real LGBTQ people out there that have been victims of sexual assault, and that's what's scary, or even violence.
It's a lose-lose on both of those accounts, right? So I just think it looked weird. The video was odd. The rope looked bizarre, but we'll see what happens.
Rope. It wasn't even a noose.
I know.
Looked like he just won a basketball tournament and they cut down the net. That's what that looked like.
Not being funny, but if you had that rope around your neck, the first thing you do, you'd be ripping it off.
Yeah.
Dame Judi Dench is defending some of the most hated men in Hollywood. The 84-year-old actress is speaking out about Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey. In a new interview with UK's Radio Times, Dench says, quote, "You cannot deny somebody a talent." She goes on to say, "Are we just not going to see all those films that Harvey produced? You might as well never look at a Caravaggio painting. You might as well never have gone to see Noel Coward." Dench has previously been critical of Weinstein, becoming one of the first female celebrities to slam him over allegations of sexual assault against a number of women. Weinstein denies the accusations against him, but this has us asking, can you still enjoy art, Stephanie, made by disgraced artists?
So we had this conversation some of the other day. We were talking about Matt Lauer and the morning show and how they
The Today Show.
The Today Show, sorry. And they completely cut him out of their 20-year history. And I said then, it doesn't go to... I don't agree with what the allegations are, nor do I agree with what the things have been said about Harvey Weinstein. No, I do not. But have they still done some amazing things that have put those movies in all of our homes, that have made that show the show that it is, that's won all those awards? Yes, they have. So I don't think we should. I don't think it's right to erase history.
Let's put this on the grandest scale possible. I mean, it's been 10 years since Michael Jackson passed away.
Today.
Today. So when you listen to a Michael Jackson song, and arguably one of the most talented musicians in the world, does it affect the way you listen to his music, Tori?
Yes, but I'm a hypocrite because I look at Picasso and I enjoy other music that people do terrible things for. So here's the deal. I was reading a Reddit thread about, do you trust the artist or the art, right? Do you judge it on the art? And that's a really difficult question we're dealing with right now and grappling with it. And I think if the art has something to do or was built on the backs of really evil, abusive power, yeah, it's hard for me to listen to a Michael Jackson, Harvey Weinstein movie. Remember, Dame Judi Dench won an Oscar for a Harvey Weinstein movie. So I understand her backing her up.
She also called him out.
Agree.
So I
I
appreciate the nuance of the conversation. I think that's where we can talk about it and see both sides, even though, none of us are condoning what those individuals allegedly have done. Well, a shocking number of Americans regret their college degree. Is this a surprise to you? 2/3 of American employees say that they regret what they majored in. That's according to a new survey with nearly 250,000 respondents. A college degree is still viewed by many as a guarantee for higher lifetime earnings. But with Americans holding nearly $1.6 trillion in student loan debt, many are having second thoughts. So we want to hear from you, DBL Nation. Do you regret your college degree? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. What do you think about this, Brandon?
I left school early. I left school to go and try and better myself as an athlete to make it to the NFL. I played professional football for 8 years, and at that time, me and my grandmother said, "Are you going to go back to school?" I said, "No, Grandma," because I've been taking theater classes, I've been taking on-camera training to be a TV host, and you don't need a degree to do this, as I'm living testament of that. But what I can say, and what I tell the kids when I go and speak to kids, if you're not going to go down that traditional path and get that degree, you better be ready to get dirty, because entrepreneurship isn't just this glorified life that you think that you got all this time to do everything in the world. You better be ready to pursue your passion with no regret.
You also better know what you want to do with your life. And if you don't, that's the time. Maybe take a couple years to explore what you want to do, intern, do what you have to do. That's what college helped for me. So I learned a lot at my 4 years at UCLA. Was I strapped with debt for 2 decades? Yes. But to me, what I got out of that experience, the determination, the perseverance, to me, I could not put a price tag on.
No, not at all.
I agree with Sam totally. Like, was my degree
But to each
helpful?
its own. To each its own.
Was my degree helpful? No. But was it good for me personally, for my personal development, for my confidence, for, you know, facing many life challenges? Yes, it was phenomenal.
I kind of disagree with you guys on this one, because at this point, I think college used to be an absolute and no-brainer. Vocational schooling, 2-year training programs.
That I agree with.
Welding,
Yeah,
I'm way more
But you
into
gotta
that.
know yourself well
Right.
enough.
Yeah.
You gotta know college
That's
is
the
for
lane
me,
I want.
vocational training is for me, entrepreneurship is for me, traveling for 2 years is for me. So my point is not be conventional, but really know what you want to do and stick to it. Don't let societal norms make you go into one lane.
Very true.
Yeah. And we're talking about college made you all better, not the degree, because you studied what in college?
Art history.
And now you are a
TV show host.
Hey, Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Let's take a look at what our DBL Nation has to say. They say no, you do not, or you do not regret your college degree. All right, 72%. Wow. Well, DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, actor Alfonso Ribeiro tells me about his time as Carlton on Fresh Prince and the advice he gave Will Smith before the show took off. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Forget the booty call. Ooh. Now there's the booty call. Hungry singles are going on dates, not for the romance, but for the free food. Your comments coming up next.
Best Fiends.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for 5th host when we talk about what you're talking about. 1/3 of women in a new survey admitted to going out on a date just for a free meal. And it's called a foodie call. That's when a person books a date with someone who they aren't interested in, just so they can eat for free. You know, they're hungry. Researchers say that although their study focused on straight women, men are likely no stranger to this concept. So DBL Nation, are foodie calls okay? And have you ever booked one?
Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger. Sharon from Facebook says, no, if a man asks you out, it's because he's interested in you as more than a friend. However, if you say up front you are not physically attracted to him and would just like to remain friends, then go. In that case, go and pay your half of the bill then. I look at it like this. This is something I learned what this was back in my rookie year in the NFL. And I took someone out, I took this woman out on a date, and I found out through text messages with some of my teammates and other players in the NFL that this is what she does. She goes out and she just gets the free meal. I left the bill with her.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wow, you got a round of applause for that. Two wrongs
We will
don't make a right.
discuss this on the break. Christopher Patterson. Mallory from Facebook says, yes, I'm guilty of this, but I see dates more as interviews or auditions. Bring your A game, which would include a nice meal and a good conversation. Shrek just might end up being your prince if he plays his cards right. First of all, how adorable are you?
Don't condone this.
Hold on. Oh, my gumdrop buttons. I love the Shrek reference.
Me too.
And I also think you're absolutely right. You don't know what could turn in that date.
Yeah.
Brooks and I were just best friends until one day another girl took him out, and the next day I said, I love you. So
And
you
now
never
you're
know.
married?
See?
And now we're very happily married.
Okay.
Reno from Facebook says, this is why I say go Dutch on the first date. If she doesn't agree, 9 times out of 10, she's a
Food digger. I've never heard of that.
Calling her a food digger.
I'm not going to lie, I only learned about this today. I'd never ever heard of this before. Does it surprise me? No, not really. You know what? I mean, I don't know.
Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
But I've never been in that position, so who am I to say no to? So I don't know. I've been lucky not to be in that situation.
And Barbara from Facebook says, leading someone on for a free meal, that's about as bad as a man thinking if he buys you dinner, you owe him sex. I gotta be transparent. We're very transparent on the show. I have done this. I have done this, and I've done it once. I was broke in college. This was such a nice guy. Maybe something magical would have happened.
Right.
And what did happen?
But I was starving, and when he invited me out to lunch, it wasn't dinner, it was lunch, I didn't even think twice. I was like, oh my God, I get a real meal, a full meal. So I went, and I don't regret it. But I think I did pay it back karmically because I've had boyfriends until my husband that I ended up probably footing the bill.
Oh, yes.
99% of the time.
Way to bring it around full circle, Sam.
Yep.
Did
So
you
I
at least
paid
pay
my
tip?
dues.
Did you pay tip?
Honey, when I say I was broke, I was broke.
So what would you have done if that happened? You went out and then he was like, let's go Dutch. Like, because you obviously just expected he was going to pay then.
Oh.
I probably
what would you
had
have
like $34 in my bank account, and I would have. If
You
he
would
would have
have.
said, of course I would have, if he would have asked. Yeah.
Wow.
But he said I would love to take you out to lunch, so I already knew that it was his intention to take me out to lunch. I'd never assumed.
Yes.
I never
Get to
assumed.
this last one.
Okay.
Callie from Facebook says, it's a practice date, so you don't bomb during a date with the potential. So why not hook me up with a good meal for being a good practice date? We don't do participation trophies or practice dates. Practice.
You talking about
we
practice?
talk about practice. Practice date. You're paying for what you ordered, that arugula salad with shrimp and all that stuff. That's you, practice date.
But if you set the tone and said, I want to take you out, that's different.
No, we're going to coffee then. If it's a practice date, we're going for coffee.
All right, fair enough. Just long as you set the tone and you say that.
And she pays for that $4 latte.
That's cool.
Practice
I agree
date.
with that.
You're a great date there, Brandon.
Practice date. I'm a great date.
Coming
not
up
a
on
great practice
DBL,
date.
Fresh Prince star Alfonso Ribeiro relives memories from the sitcom set, and he tells us how often he gets together with the rest of the cast.
Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital team. We were having some technical difficulties last break, but we are back, and I think Brandon's ready for us to come to the desk. Let's go see what Brandon's chatting about.
She's cool.
Brandon, what's up here? You're fired up.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Did you
my
guys
gosh.
be surprised I knew that sports reference?
Pieces.
Allen Iverson, buddy. Practice? We talking about practice?
This is something I'm okay with if this woman is in like the 20s to 25-year-old range.
I actually
After that-
don't think it's okay if you assume. I never think it's okay if you assume. I never think it's okay for a woman or a male to assume that the other person is just randomly going to pay for your meal. I think that's entitlement at its finest, even though some would say that's courtship. And yeah, that could be actually a whole different conversation depending how you look at like chivalry, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody says to you, I'm going to take you out, and there's no assumption there, and I'm starving, I did do it.
And what happened with the guy?
He's so
did it
sweet.
face over? Were you just friends?
Well, no, I actually, like, he was kind of like a longtime friend that I think wanted to just take me out to lunch because he knew I was going through a hard time. I honestly don't know if he had a sexual,
So that doesn't
like
count then. That's,
well, I
that's
don't
a
know.
friend taking you out.
Well, I don't
If that's
know.
the case.
I don't know if
that's
he
the
had
case.
an intent or not. I
Okay.
don't know.
My very close family friend was at a library and took a purse
Thank
with
you,
her
honey.
and had nothing in it. Broke as a joke, was a lawyer, and a nice man came up to her and said, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I want to take you to lunch." She went because she had to eat. They were married 40-something years.
And I'm
Happy
okay
kiss
with,
clans.
I'm okay with
Welcome back to DBL. He's best known for playing Carlton on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Alfonso Ribeiro does it all. He's a TV host, a dancer, and a dad. And earlier, I had the chance to talk with Alfonso about the advice he gave Will Smith early in their career and his new project involving road trips. So buckle up and check out today's Chatting with the Stars. Alfonso Ribeiro, welcome to DBL. I can't wait to hear about your road trip hotline. It's definitely going to help a lot of families, mine included. But first, as a huge Fresh Prince fan, I was so excited to see you and some of your co-stars reunite at the Aladdin premiere. So how often do you all get together?
It's never a reunion if you see people all the time, right? It's a reunion for the fans to see us together, but we're together all the time. I talk to him all the time. My kid wanted to go see Aladdin. I was like, I kind of know someone.
That's amazing. And I recently saw a clip on the Graham Norton show where Will Smith thanked you because he was talking about how you guys were trying to figure out your character names for Fresh Prince, and you gave him some really great advice.
Now, Alfonso pulled me aside. He said, man, let me tell you something. He said, whatever your character's name is, people are going to call you that for the rest of your life. He said, make your character's name Will Smith.
And I was hoping that by saying that, he would have named my character Alfonso, but he didn't. I was still Carlton. And so from that day forward, the rest of my life, I've been known as Carlton in every airport in America.
I love it. All right, well, you and your wife recently welcomed a third child together. Congrats. As a new mother who once, by the way, took a road trip with 4 cats, a dog, a newborn, all the way from Los Angeles to Colorado, I could have really used your hotline. So tell us about the hotline and also some parenting road trip fails that I can learn from.
Okay, so I obviously teamed up with Hampton to create the Real Travel Road Trip Hotline, and we are there obviously to help people like yourself on a road trip understand, and they could call us and get information to help them along the way.
How do you answer that question? Are we there yet?
Well, you know, you deviate, you change the plan, or you try to create some more distractions, right? Like, you know, the games that you can play are great distractions. You know, you could ask memories, you can talk about, you know, have conversations, and you can you know, distract them and create some moments in the car that will you know, last forever. Moments
are the key, and I appreciate that. How can our viewers access the road trip hotline so they can create more moments with their kids?
Yep, they can go to HamptonHotline.com, or they can pick up the phone the old-fashioned way, 866-7-HAMPTON.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Alfonso, and I hope you have a great summer. Good luck with your road trips.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
How great is he? Seriously. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Welcome to Hidden City.
Hey everyone, Kelly Schubert here with the DBL digital team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news, but I have to bring you a trending story right now. SpaceX just did another launch last night, and our own Raquel Villanueva is there live, got to see it all happen. Take a look at her experience.
Hi DBL Nation, tonight the rocket right behind me will launch. Depending on weather, they have about a 4-hour window starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, but it's going to be well worth the wait. The launch was delayed for 3 hours, so there's a bunch of people in the parking lot right now just trying to keep themselves busy. I'm here with Miss Matthews. She has the best idea for passing the time while we wait for the launch to happen. It is an intergalactic space party. She's provided the glow sticks, a little bit of gems, and then she's going to do the other side for me right now.
Yes. So here we go.
So what inspired this?
David Bowie and Stardust. Those
Perfect.
are the two, you know, big things that I wanted to.
I feel like Elon Musk really loves David Bowie, so this is perfect.
100%. Here, I just added 3 more gems to that side. Looking fab.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And as soon as the rocket went off, the alligators in the water about a few feet from us all started jumping up at the same time. And then it was just this eerie feeling that came over everyone. There was screaming, there was crying. It was really, really cool. It's the only way I can describe it. IDBL Nation, tonight the Rock.
Welcome back to DBL. We have to give a big DBL shout out to Sandy Zimmerman, who became the first mom to ever complete the American Ninja Warrior obstacle course.
Wow.
And at 42, she also became the oldest woman to do it. That's according to the show. Check it out.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
This is her goal.
Guess who's next?
Who?
Mama Hustler herself.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I bet you could do it.
You.
Wait,
I
you guys are actually you're taking away from like these people's like real dedication and devotion to athleticism.
Sam, don't do that. Sam, I'm hyping you up. No,
I appreciate it, but these are people that are like trained athletes, triathletes.
Yep.
I've not trained in 20 years as a swimmer, and I don't.
Round of applause if we should hype Sam up to try it. Yeah.
I think you'd be really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're good. You're good.
Thank you, everybody. Congrats to this mother. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.